The low architecture of the night, the things built at human scale, the windows at the level of the light, the doorways worn and pale. Low architecture, mine to read everything a person needs. Low architecture, close and real. The building's built for how we feel. I prefer the low buildings, the ones that don't demand the sky, that keep the scale of ordinary dealings between the earth and the nearby. Low architecture, mine to read everything a person needs. Low architecture, close and real. The building's built for how we feel. Not every structure needs to reach for something higher than the eye. Sometimes the best things built are built at the scale of a silo architecture, built for living in. That's the best kind. Rising slow in glass and light through the floors of other lives. Each window holds a different night. Each story where someone survives. Glass elevator, let me see all the lives I'll never be. honesty, but with truth. The honest residue of things that happened in my easier youth. Salt memory, sharp and clear, the things that keep returning here. Salt memory, real and mine, the taste of something genuine. Not all the memories worth keeping are the sweet and simple ones. Some of the most worth the weeping are the ones that cut like suns. So memory, sharp and clear, the things that keep returning here. So memory, real and mine, the taste of something genuine. I don't dissolve the salt, I let it stay. Some things need to remain sharp to remind me they were real. Salt memory, still stinging softly. Proof that it mattered. There's a soft voltage in the city dark, a current running through the stone. Not enough to make a single spark, but enough to keep from being alone. Soft voltage, warm and low, just enough to let me know. Soft voltage, city current, run underneath the urgent. Soft voltage, low and real, everything I need to feel. I've been absorbing it for years. This soft electricity hum, it charges through my quiet fears and keeps my body from going numb. Soft voltage, warm and low, just enough to let me know. Soft voltage, city current, run underneath the urgent. Soft voltage, low and real, everything I need to feel. Still charged. There's a color to this hour, somewhere between gold and rust. Something tender, something sour, something made of equal parts trust. Copper light on everything. Even on the hurt it brings. Copper hour, one and one. Beautiful the way things are torn. Copper hour holds the light long enough to last the night. I've been sitting with old feelings, like furniture I never moved. They're not wounds, they're just the healings of a heart that's finally grooved. Copper light on everything. Even on the hurt it brings. Copper hour, one and one. Beautiful the way things were torn. Copper hour holds the light long enough to last the night. Copper hour, one and one. Still holding. I cross my own slow meridian around the midnight hour each night. The line between who I have been and who I'm trying to get right. Slow meridian, the crossing point where everything gets to anoint. Slow meridian, mine to cross without the weight of gain or loss. Slow meridian, night by night, finding a way to get it right. Not every crossing feels like progress. Some nights I cross the same line twice, but each meridian is a process of deciding what will now suffice. Slow meridian, the crossing point where everything gets to anoint. Slow meridian, mine to cross without the weight of gain or loss. Slow meridian, night by night, finding a way to get it right. Living at room temperature. No extremes, no burning cold. Just the ordinary texture of a night that's growing old. Room temperature, just right. Perfectly adjusted night. Room temperature, soft and even. No more reasons for not believing. I've been chasing heat and ice, extremes that felt like living, forgetting that the in-between is nice, forgetting the beauty of just giving. Room temperature, just right. Perfectly adjusted night. Room temperature, soft and even. No more reasons for not believing. Not too much of anything, not too little either. Just the quiet balancing of someone learning to breathe here. Room temperature, finally comfortable in my own air. The ambient proof that I exist is in the small and daily things. The coffee cup, the morning mist, the quiet hum of what life brings. Ambient proof, soft and real, evidence of what I feel. Ambient proof, I am here, and everything that I hold dear. Ambient proof, was in the peripheral of the things I'm not quite watching. Not dramatic, not empirical, just the warmth at the edge of catching. Warm peripheral, just inside, at the soft edge of the light. Warm peripheral, close and near, the warmth that makes the dark feel clear. Feel clear. I catch it in the corner of my eye when I'm looking at something else. A warmth that barely waves goodbye before it settles in myself. Warm peripheral, just inside, at the soft edge of the light. Warm peripheral, close and near, the warmth that makes the dark feel clear. Don't look directly at the warmth, it lives at the edge, where the looking is softer and the warmth is truer. Warm at the edges, always warm at the edges, if you know where to look. Some things reveal themselves so slowly, you barely notice they have changed. What once felt distant feels more holy. What once seemed wild feels arranged. The slow reveal, patience made real. Everything in its own time to feel. The slow reveal, soft and long, takes the whole night to become a song. I've learned to wait for the slow showing of what was always underneath. The quiet understanding growing of everything beneath the sheath. become a song. Don't rush the revealing. Let it come as it comes. Some truths need the full night to find their way home. Still revealing, still becoming clear, worth waiting for. Another night that looks the same. Same window, same low amber glow. Same city playing its old game. Same me deciding not to go. Carbon copy, same and changed. Everything slightly rearranged. Carbon copy, night again. Beautiful in its refrain. Carbon copy, soft repeat. The rhythm of an incomplete. But sameness isn't always lost. Sometimes routine is a gift. Sometimes staying is the gloss that gives the ordinary lift. Carbon copy, same and changed. Everything slightly rearranged. Carbon copy, night again. Beautiful in its refrain. Carbon copy, soft repeat. The rhythm of an incomplete. Same night, somehow never exactly the same. I live inside a quiet radius of everything I've chosen to be near. Not small by accident, not vacuous. Just the right amount of atmosphere. Quiet radius. This is mine. Everything inside this line. Quiet radius, soft and true. Just enough day. Small circle, complete and whole. Enough. I take the slow approach to everything, the long way around the obvious, to find whatever quietly it brings, in the considered, not the frivolous. Slow approach, take your time, everything will become fine. The slow approach, measured and calm, like a hand extended without harm. The slow approach, patient and wide, coming from the quieter inside. Not hesitation, not fear, just the belief that slow is more, that what arrives with care is clear and worth the time before. Slow approach, take your time, everything will become fine. The slow approach, measured and calm, like a hand extended without harm. The slow approach, patient and wide, coming from the quieter inside, taking it slow. No need to rush toward anything, it'll be there. The copper light of late October falls through my window differently. The year is getting slowly older and so much gentler, and my copper light, warm and warm, golden like a thing reborn. Copper light, late and low, the most beautiful of the globe. good things accumulate so slowly. You barely notice them arriving. The warmth, the ease, the something holy that comes from quietly surviving. Slow accumulation, grain by grain. Not dramatic, not a refrain. Slow accumulation, soft and real. More than I expected to feel. One good sleep, one honest meal, one conversation that felt real. One moment when the city breathed, and I breathed with it, relieved. Slow accumulation, grain by grain. Not dramatic, not a refrain. Slow accumulation, soft and real. More than I expected to feel. It doesn't come all at once. It never does. It comes in the small, in the barely noticeable, in the almost nothing that adds up to everything, accumulating slowly, getting there, getting there. Before the morning finds me here, before it asks me who I've been, I wanna hold this dark, sincere, and everything it holds between. Before morning finds me in this quiet I have made. Before morning reminds me of everything the light has said. The morning is so full of questions. The dark requires nothing much, just presence without the suggestions of who I am supposed to touch. Before morning finds me in this quiet I have made. Before morning reminds me of everything the light has said. A few more minutes in the dark that asks nothing. A few more minutes before the day begins its asking. Not yet, just a little more dark. Just this. The city breathes at night differently than in the frantic rush of day. It exhales more slowly, more intently, and finally has something true to say. City breath, slow and wide, the exhale of the other side. City breath, warm and real, the only version of the deal. Heart started sinking to its breathing, to the city's nighttime lung. It's slow inhale and slow releasing of everything that day had wrung. City breath, slow and wide, the exhale of the other side. City breath, warm and real, the only version of the deal. Breathe with the city, let it set the pace. The city knows how to use the space between the sounds. Breathing with the city, in its own good time. That's the rhythm. At the end of the difficult days, I return to the simple fact. Still breathing through the haze, still here, still mostly intact. Still breathing, that's enough for tonight and all its rough. Still breathing, still and real, the minimum certain days. It is everything, still breathing. That's the whole victory today. That's enough. There's a soft signal in the dark, not loud enough to follow home. Just enough to leave a mark, just enough to not feel alone. I tune myself to quiet things, to what the late hour brings. Soft signal, barely there, like a warmth inside the air. Soft signal, low and true, something between me and you. I sit beside the open bar and wait for something I can't name. A flicker not quite like a spark, but close enough to feel the same. I tune myself to quiet things, to what the late hour brings. Soft signal, barely there, like a warmth inside the air. Soft signal, low and true, something between me and you. Soft signal, still reaching, still warm. My playlist ran out an hour ago. I haven't pressed play again, just sitting in the afterglow of where the music's been. Empty playlist, just the room, just me inside the gentle gloom. Empty playlist. empty playlist